Good morning, class. Yesterday, we made use of trig functions to look for the missing side. Today, we're gonna make use of trig functions to solve to look for missing angles. And something new gonna come up today. So let's quickly recall. To find the missing side, we always use SOHCAHTOA, as we always know. SOHCAHTOA in the right triangle. So SOHCAHTOA means sine equals to opposite of hypotenuse, which is the longest distance. Ka is cosine, meaning adjacent over hypotenuse, and then toa, tangent, meaning opposite side over the adjacent side. So here, if you want to warm up a bit, if you want to look for this angle 15, we have angle 15 here. The side opposite to it is here, and then this side next to this angle is called the adjacent side, and the longest distance is h. Since we don't have information about o, so we're gonna use which of these SOHCAHTOA gives a over h. That's cosine. So you're gonna use cosine of angle 15 to be equals to a, which is x over h. H is 12. Then please kindly always write the angle, the cosine or sine or tangent over 1. So as when you cross multiply rather, it's going to be easier to be seen. So 1 times x is x. Then you have 12 times cos 15. So if you go to your decimals calculator, just put cos 15. What's the number again? 12 times cos 15. So 12 cos 15. And it has 11.59, let's say 11.6 approximately. It has so x equals 11.6. On the other side, we're going to do the same thing. This is the reference angle, the opposite side is here, the adjacent side is here, and then the longest distance is h. Since nothing is given about h, we only have o over a, and o over a is the toa, tan. So you're going to do tan of 22, the angle being equals to o. My O guy is 18 and my A guy is x. I'm going to write tan over 1. So if I do that, I'm going to cross multiply. By cross multiplication, I'm going to have 1 times 18 and then 22 times x. 22 times x is x tan 22. 1 times 18 is 18. So I'm going to divide both sides by tan 22 so as to get rid of tan 22. Then I'm left with x equals to, so I'm gonna calculate 18 over 22. Go back to decimals. 18 divided by tan 22 gives me 44.55. So approximately 44.6. So I'm gonna have 44.6 here. So the next thing to do here, the same problem again. Reference angle 42, opposite side O. The longest distance is h, and a. Nothing is given about a, so I have O over h. So only sine can give me that. Sine 42 gonna be opposite side x. H is 12. Gonna write sine over 1, cross multiply. 12 times sine 42 equals to 1 times x. So 1 times x is x. And then 12 times sine 42 by cross multiplication class. And then 12 times sine 42, go back again. Gives me 74.94, so let me say 74.9. What did I get? Oh, I put 112, so it's 12 sine 42. That's why you have to be very careful. That gives me 8.0. Thank you. 8.0. So right now, if we know the relationship, right now we're able to find the missing side. So here now we're gonna find the missing angle. If you know the relationship between two given side of a triangle, it's easy to find the angle that's missing. So this is a situation here. This is the angle, the reference angle that we don't know. You know, this side is the opposite side to that angle, and this side is the adjacent side. The only thing that gives you O over A is tan. So you're going to use tan of question mark, let's say question mark or X, I'm going to call it X, being equals to opposite 18 over A, which is 42. And the next thing to do is just to take the tan inverse, the inverse of this. So I'm going to call this guy a new nomenclature entirely, tan inverse, and then tan inverse of this number. So it means to get the angle that is missing here, I only need to get the tan inverse of 18 over 42. So how do we get it here? Okay, I'm gonna look for my calculator again here. Scientific. So I'm gonna write the dimension first. 18 over 42. 18 divided by 42. It gives me this, and then I'm gonna use tan tan inverse of that. Okay, so I'm gonna write. So you have to click on function. So then I'm gonna write tan inverse of 18 divided by 42. You see, it gives me 23.19, so 23.2 degrees. Okay, I can just stop at 23. So this is gonna give me 23 degree. So it's the same thing we're gonna do. So first of all, identify the sides given, determine what trig function to use, set up your trig function, and solve. Okay. So here, this is the missing angle, and the opposite side is here, and this is the longest distance. So you're gonna say x equals to opposite angle is 24, longest distance 36, and what gives you that? It's sine. Then you write sine inverse of 24 over 36. You go to your Desmos calculator, sine inverse of 24 over 36 gives you 41.8. So let's say 42. So x is gonna 42 degrees. So this angle is 42 degrees. We're gonna do the same thing for this problem beside here. This is the missing angle. This side is the opposite side. This is the adjacent side. So you're gonna say missing angle x. Okay, is 2x equals to, first of all, the relationship between O and A gonna be 29 over 38, and O over A gives you what? Tangent. So tan inverse of 29 over 38. Tan inverse of 29 over 38 gives me 29 divided by 38 37 degrees. So this angle X here gonna be 37 degrees. Here too, you're gonna do the same thing. This is the missing angle X, opposite side, adjacent side. So you're gonna say X equals to the relationship that gives opposite over adjacent is called tan inverse. So you put the inverse and then O is 1, A is 2. So what is tan of half? Tan inverse of half, 26.56. So we're gonna say 27. So X is 27 degrees. Here too, this is our angle X. The opposite side is here, nothing is given. Adjacent side is A, this is the longest distance, H. Then we're gonna take X equals to what's the relationship that gives A over H. A over H is 28 over 30, and A over H is cos. So the cosine. So you take cosine inverse. So cosine inverse 28 over 30. Cosine inverse of 28 over 30 gives us 21.03, so 21 approximately. So to find a side, we always use sine, cosine, and tangent. But to find an angle, we use sine inverse, cos inverse, and tan inverse. Okay, that's all for today. Have a wonderful day.